Gorman down to the half forward line. Spoiled by Sutherland. Still into the taps out to Haynes. Too slow getting rid of the ball. Wayne Raleigh on the half forward flank. Booms the ball right in towards Bob Edmonds. Pulled him down and on to well read by Darren Wilson. And well read by Darren Wilson at that stage.
Bad luck to the Boston boys. They could have just as easily won it, but that's the way it goes.
Haynes versus Morlacone. Favours Haynes. Taps it on long. Stephen Horn, well read from the centre half back line on to Peter Burgoyne. A nice mark by Burgoyne. Quickly onto the left boot.
That's right.
Welcome to the 1981 Grand Final of the Port Lincoln Football League. On the field now comes the favourites for this Grand Final, Lincoln South, led by their skipper in Stephen Horn. Their side from the second semi-final has had one change to it. Peter Sinclair will not take any part in this game due to injury. As I said, they're favourites for the game. They've been the best side all year. They've had the wood over Boston's. And onto the field now comes the second side in this grand final, led by their skipper, Boston's, led by their skipper in Ray Wollaston. A side that is this year 10 years old. And South has been 10 years since their last premiership win. Today should be a fantastic game, a good crowd, ideal conditions, and everyone can look forward to seeing a top-class game. The umpires for this match are two South Australian National Football League umpires in umpire Gomarati and umpire Schultz. The feeling all week here has been very intense between both clubs. South's naturally the favourites for this game, deservedly so. Finished top through of the minor round. The start of the 1981 Grand Final in the Port Lincoln National Football League. Ball down by umpire Gombari. No decisive win out. Underneath the pack is Karatsavalis and will receive the free. Plays on quickly. Out wide. Looking for Moose. Finds that player. On the centre wing position. Plays around. Goes wide. Looking for Burgoyne. Over the boundary line it goes. The throw in. Haynes in front of Pullen. Tap down. Finds O'Gorman, well tackled, ball fed out onto Pullen, back in towards Burgoyne, picked up by Karatsavalis, recovers quickly but is claimed for holding the ball by Peter Hughes on the half-back line for the Bostons. Looking down the centre of the field, Ian Walker back into the side again after injury, plays wide, looking for Darren Wilson, high bounce, tapped on by Brad House. In comes Erd Tyrrell, plays the ball in front of him, but over the boundary. Throwing in front of the grandstand. Haynes in the front spot again, whips it over the top. Walker over top of the ball, recovers it, handballs off, paddled back by Burgoyne, regains possession now, slips the ball inside, looking for Smart, finds that player, a good mark. Mark attended by Pake, looks to the centre of the ground, out comes Barrett, loses control of it, throws the ball out in front, picked up by Harry Miller, but he's tackled high around the neck and will have the shot from 20 metres out directly in front of goal. Miller lining them up from about 20 metres out directly in front. Kicks right through the ball, through for a goal, hits first. Boston's South first. They go on to one goal, leading Boston's no score at about the 2-minute stage of this game. Ball down by umpire Gomarati. Haynes taps over. Kim Clark over the ball. Left foot kick to the half forward flank. Looking for again Smart. In the front spot is Sutherland. Sport by Smart. He's claimed. Scrambled out towards Burgoyne, recovers well, onto Loxton. Loxton on the left boot, kicking deep into that forward pocket. Underneath the ball is Earl, spoilt from behind by Tyrrell. Kicked wildly off the left boot by Joe Haynes to be out on the full in the forward pocket for South. Kick to be taken by O'Gorman, the rover. Looks short for Tyrrell, finds that player. Called play on, not 10. Runs around, directs the ball in front spot. Wotherston spills what he should have taken. Montgomery through with a nice handball onto Walker. He steadies, looks upfield, but no one there but South. And Rowe will take the mark on the half-forward flank. Switches inboard, looking for Clark at the true centre half-forward spot, finds that player. He goes back, looking for leads upfield. Smart makes the lead, just a little wide of him. Through comes Michael Williams. Hurried kick, through for a point. No, it's bounced out of bounds. Ball thrown in the forward pocket. Louth pulling in the front spot. Won by Haynes, out to Montgomery. He switches to the half-back line behind his Sutherland. Spoils down in front, Michael Williams. Taps the ball on. Out it comes towards Pullen. Over top of the ball is Sutherland. He will get the free kick for in the back. Threw himself over the ball and well earned. Silly kick. Only covered 5 yards backwards. On to Pate. Pate, the kick to the centre wing. Edmonds from behind. Taps the ball over top. Hayden Davey in. Gathers possession well. On the left boot. Scrubs it forward. Along the ground in front. House. Through comes Wilson. Switches play towards the centre of the ground looking for Fowler. Spill what he should have taken. He's met well by Smallercombe. He clears down to the centre wing. Harry Miller spilt what he should have taken. Ernie Warrior possession. Looking to the half-forward flank. Finds Stephen McLaughlin. He switches play in quickly. A long kick in towards that full forward area. Rally on the lead, but behind Power judges it better and takes the saving mark. Around wide, looking for Clunan. Finds that player. He goes on quickly down towards the centre wing. The running player is Rowe. Taps it on intelligently towards Pullen. He grabs the ball on the half-forward flank. Drives right into the pocket, looking for Smart, who's dropped back, and he takes the mark. About 45 metres out on about a 50-degree angle. Lining them up now. Kicks right through the ball. The umpire moves across, and it's well marked in the pocket by Barrett. Right alongside the point post. Plays around quickly, but it's kicked it straight across goal. Over the top comes Smart, but the free kick will be awarded to O'Gorman for in the back. O'Gorman from 15, 20 metres out on an angle. Kicks through the ball, but only a minor result. They go on to 1 goal, 1, leading Boston's no score at about the 5-minute mark of this quarter. Montgomery to kick out, looking for Sutherland. He's behind, well spoilt by Loxton. Handball from Earl to Walker. He's looking upfield, no one there. House in the front spot. Takes a saving mark. Plays on quickly, switches play across ground, looking for Rowe. Spilt by Raleigh. Picked up by Hayden Davey, running through the half-forward area now, right into the teeth of goal. Brian Davis in the front spot, and the saving mark is taken by Smallercombe. Kicks it across goals, looking for Rowe, finds that player. Steadies the game up. Plays on now quickly onto his left leg. Switches to the centre wing, and unattended is Moose. He plays on to the half-forward line. Miller running down, picks the ball up on the half-forward flank, drives in towards that forward pocket. Peter Burgoyne dropping back, controls the ball. Handball over to Smart. He's right in the pocket and is claimed. Gomerati. The kick out, and Wotherston is freed in the back. Kicks up towards the centre wing, but drops short into the arms of Rowe. Rowe left foot into the vacant spot left for Barrett. He will receive the free kick for in the back from about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle on the left-hand forward pocket for South. Lining them up. Kicks through the ball, a nice true kick, not quite long enough. Saved by Pake. Handballs out to McLaughlin, left foot, scrubs along towards Harry Miller, 45 metres out on the angle, off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket for South. Kick in to be taken by Pake. He plays on, no one attending the mark. Gains 15-20 metres. Drives up to centre half back. Sutherland's spoilt. Through comes O'Gorman. Controls the ball well. Out to the skipper and Stephen Horn. Left boot looking for Burgoyne. Smart. Finds that guy. He's quickly short in towards Tyrrell. About 25 metres out on about a 60-degree angle in the forward pocket for South. We'll line them up from here. Plays on quickly, and in drops Kim Clark. Clark from 25, 30 metres out, kicks right through the ball, direct kick, a goal to Kim Clark, his first, South second. They move to 2 goals, 1 to Boston's no score at about the 14-15 minute mark of this first quarter. Centre bounce to be taken by umpire Schultz. Haynes and Pullen, favours Pullen, he taps it out. Through comes Michael Williams, gains possession, kicks across ground, looking for Kim Clark. He will make the spot, plays on quickly with the handball to the running Moose, right through to the half-forward line. In front, Karatsavalis, behind is Hughes. Paddles the ball in front, controls it now, directs the kick up towards Michael Fowler, who overruns it. Ball comes to ground, Moose contest. Fowler regains possession, picks out McLaughlin on the half-forward flank, left half-forward flank for Boston's. He switches inside with a poor kick, drops in front, gives Stephen Horn the run. He scrubs the kick towards Harry Miller. Handballs back towards Michael Williams. Through comes O'Gorman. Switches the play wide to the running Hals. He backpedals. Handballs long, though, to Stephen Horn, who kept running through. Through the half-forward line, on his own is Tyrrell, about 40 metres out from the goals on a slight angle. Undecided what to do. Pullen drops in. The short kick over by Tyrrell finds Pullen 10 metres closer on a 45-degree angle in front of goal. Pullen's kick. Beautiful kick from that position. Straight through the middle for another goal to South. They move on to 3 goals, 1, leading Boston's no score at this stage. From the centre bounce, Haynes. Clark intercepts. It's tagged. Through comes O'Gorman. On to the half-forward flank, but in the road is Boston skipper in Ray Wotherston. He'll look wide. Pake on the lead, a poor kick, beats Pake. The throw in from the half-forward flank for South. Pullen grabs it out of the air, is tagged quickly, and umpire Gamarati rules that the ball was held to him and a bounce will take place. On the half-forward line for South, another bounce on this half-forward line. Favours Pullen, Pake down to O'Gorman, and another scrambles again, and the free will be given for over the shoulder to O'Gorman. He plays quickly, switches play into the half-forward spot, centre half-forward spot, and in that position is Kim Clark. He takes the mark at the true centre half-forward spot. He'll look for a lead. Barrett's on the lead a little bit early. Closing up there. Barrett comes again. Over the head, through comes Montgomery. Handballs on to Earl. Handball again to Warrior. Warrior around onto the left boot. Looking wide towards Michael Miller, the male medalist for 1981. Bounces over his head. Through comes Clune, and the ball will be thrown in on the half-forward flank for Boston's. The scores, South 3 goal 1, leading Boston's no score at this stage. The ball to ground. Possession gained by Rowe. He kicks long towards Burgoyne. Plays on quickly, is tagged by Hughes. Loses possession. Hughes recovers and is tackled without the ball, and will take the free kick from the half-back line for Boston's. Peter Hughes from the half-back line. A long kick to the centre wing, looking for Haynes. Makes good position, handballs quickly onto Ernie Warrior. He plays on, looking to the centre half forward spot. Michael Fowler to meet it, over the head of Walker, recovered by Moose, into Harry Miller at centre. He plays on quickly, well smothered by Pake. He handballs on to Ian Walker, and a good kick and a good mark taken by Davis in that right forward pocket for Boston's about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Lining them up, pulls the ball across goals. Edmonds in the front spot. Over the top it goes, picked up by McLaughlin, bundled over into the boundary line from here. Throw in that forward pocket. Edmonds over the top, smaller comb. Back to Rowe, handball back to Power. Quick left foot kick out the half back flank and over the boundary line for a throw in. From the throw in, it's Davis, smaller comb, the tap down in front. Williams is caught around the neck and will get the resulting free kick from the half back flank. Looking for Pullen and Haynes over the top. Sutherland, and a well-judged mark by Sutherland on the wing position right in front of the grandstand. Looking to the centre half forward spot. Edmonds and Horn, tapped off by Horn. Davey meets Clark in the back, and he will receive the free from the half-back spot. Kicks towards the centre of the ground. Warrior, pull and miss what he should have taken. Picked up by Haynes. He goes wide, looking for Darren Wilson. In front is Rowe. Paddles the ball forward, regains possession. Looking for Smart. Esterville at this stage. Plays on around the mark. Kicks across ground, looking for the leading Barrett. And a good kick and a good mark taken by Barrett. About 45 metres out, directly in front of goal for South. Scores at this stage, South leading 3-1 to Boston's no scorers yet. Barrett's kick looks true from here. There's no doubt about that one. Barrett's first goal, South's fourth. They move on to 4-1, Boston's no score. From the centre bounce, umpire shoots up, favours Pullen. Over top comes Davis, picked up by Karatsavalis, loses possession, tapped on by Ray Wollaston. Evans is taken off the ball by Moose, picked up by Clunan, back towards the centre of the ground. Through comes Miller, through comes Kim Clark, steadies the play, looks for the player in Stephen Horn, wide on that wing. He plays on the left boot, right through the half forward line, and a penalty free kick will be taken downfield by Smart. Smart about 50 metres out, directly in front. Good looking kick. They say it's a goal down there, and it is Smart's first goal. South fifth, they move on to 5-1, leading Boston's no score. Pulling the tap back, Karatsavalis, Warrior from the wing, well shepherded by Hughes, goes round on the left boot, looking for McLaughlin, found that player. McLaughlin will steady the play from the centre wing, switches play in, looking for Ray Rotherston in the centre of the ground, just backwards of the centre half forward spot. Drives deep, looking for Wayne Raleigh on the lead, and a good lead and a good mark taken by Wayne Raleigh, and a 15-metre penalty applied against Power. Wayne Raleigh back into the side again. His kick straight through the middle from about 40 metres out, directly in front. His first goal, Boston's first score. They move under 1 goal, trailing South 5-1 at about the 20-minute mark of the first quarter of the grand final, 1981 grand final. From the centre bounce, Davis over the top. On the deck, through comes Kim Clark, handballs out, Loxton recovers well, dodges 2 players, kicks right deep into the forward line. Smart drops through, and we'll get the resulting free kick for around the neck from about 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Smart's kick, straight off the boot, straight through the middle. His second goal, South 6, they move on to 6-1, leading Boston's 1 goal. South looking very systematic at this stage. Boston's disorientated from the centre bounce. Davis picks the ball up. Out towards Warrior, but in chip Miller and takes the mark on that wing. Miller's long kick through the half-forward line. Smart on the run again. Sport by David Raleigh. Picked up by Peter Burgoyne. He's tackled by Peter Hughes, and the holding ball decision will go against that player. Hughes to take the kick from the half-back line. Looks direct down the ground, looking for Hayden Daven, but too long for him. Over the top comes Tyrrell. Plays on quickly. The handball to the running Stephen Horn. He kicks through the half-forward line and has found Smart once again. Dropping across the ground. They're directing their play through this player, and he's not letting them down. He kicks short, looking for Tyrrell, for Kim Clark. Finds that player. Clark's kick. Put it in the air. Tried to let the breeze do the job, but just pushed it off line slightly for a point. They move on to 6-2, leading Boston's 1 goal. Kick out taken by Montgomery. Through comes Warrior. Miller through. The left foot kick looking for Barrett. Well sport by Montgomery. Comes to ground. Karatsavalis picks it up. Recovers quickly. The snapshot towards goal is through for a point. They move on to 6-3, leading Boston's 1 goal. Kick out by Montgomery is wide, looking for McLaughlin. In comes Michael Williams. Through comes Smart. He's met by Earl, and the resulting around the neck free kick will be taken by Smart. The kick by Smart. Looking for the leading Barrett. Intercepted by Pake. Picked up by Loxton. Blazes wildly. Kicks a point. South move now on to 6-4, leading Boston's 1 goal. The kick out taken by Michael Earl. He switches play across ground. The ball is dropped by Ray Wollaston. Dropped the sitter. Picked up by Moose. Back in towards the centre of the ground, and Karatsavalis will take the mark about 50 metres out from goal on a slight angle. Karatsavalis' kick is a long screw punt. Nice kick. All clear for a point. They move on to 6-5 now, leading Boston's 1 goal. We've got a bit of a scrimmage on here now. Something we don't want to see happen. Plenty of pressure, yes, but not stupid play. Kick out by Montgomery in front. Haynes taken from behind by Clark. Handball on towards Smart. He's tackled and is Dean pushed in the back, and he will take the free kick. Looking short for Tyrrell on the lead. He takes the mark deep in the forward pockets for South. Tyrrell's kick. Nice looking kick. Won't quite make the distance, I don't think. Spoilt from behind by Davis and has rushed through for a point. South move on to 6-6, leading Boston's 1 goal. Montgomery's kick out to the leading Walker. Well-directed kick. Walker now looking for Pake. Pake pocket area for South. Picked up by Rowe. Handballed on. Intercepted by House. House to Clunan. Back to the half-back flank. In the front spot is Ian Walker for Boston's. Will take the mark on the half-forward flank for Boston's. He'll look for the lead. None forthcoming. Has to kick long. Wayne Raleigh in front spot. Mick Clunan. Clunan switches play to the centre half-back spot. Smaller Cone to take the mark. Hayden Davey infringed, give him a 15-metre penalty. Slowed the play up. Smaller Combs kick high in the air. In the front spot is Michael Miller for Boston's on the true centre wing spot. He switches play towards the centre half forward area looking for Bob Edmonds. Over the top comes O'Gorman. He paddles the ball forward, has still got control of it. Gathers it in now, switches back to centre where Stephen Horn unattended. Handballs off to Michael Williams. He switches across ground. In the front spot, Ray Wollaston spilt what he should have taken. The ball on the ground. Kim Clark tackled by at the quarter time siren. Souths are leading 6-6, Boston's 1 goal. The start of the second quarter, ball will be bounced down by umpire Schultz. Haynes and Pullen to do the ruck work. Favours Haynes. Through comes Pullen well. Chips the ball over. In the way is David Raleigh for Boston's. He's tagged but gets the kick away. Michael Williams for South, uncontested. In comes Warrior. Picked up by Walker. Onto Sutherland. Through again comes Pullen. He's tagged. Walker again onto Michael Miller. He runs through the half-forward line. Intercepted by Stephen Horn. In possession is Loxton. He kicks wide to the centre wing spot to the leading Tyrrell. Controls the ball, throws it out in front of him, and that's dropping the ball. Decision. 15-metre or 2 15-metre penalties awarded against Southend. Brings Pate to the half-forward line. He's kicked deep into the forward pocket area. Is through for 1 point. Boston's move on to 1-1, trailing South 6-6. The kick out by Power, wide to the flank, in front row, gains possession of the ball, switches to the left leg, switches the ball into the centre of the ground. On his own is Bruce Sutherland for Boston's. He kicks wide, looking for Ian Walker on his own. He will play through the half-forward line now, looking for Bob Edmonds, and finds that player about 45 metres out, 50 metres out. Kids quick. Edmonds' kick towards goal is a cross goal slightly, punched away by Clunan, picked up by Wayne Raleigh. He's met by Clunan. And the free. Wayne Raleigh's kick from the forward pocket. Chips truly from the look of that. It's just slightly offline, and a point to Boston's. They move on to 1-2, trailing South 6-6. Kick out by Power, long to the half. Over the top to Harry Miller. He plays on quickly on his left leg, props, comes back now to the half-forward flank, looking for Smart. Smart in the front spot, takes the mark. He switches towards the centre half-forward spot, but in the way for Boston's. On that half-back line is Kim Pake. He goes wide and deep to the centre wing area, looking for Walker. In front is Michael Williams, and will receive the kick. The free kick for a Miller's kick towards centre half forward is safely marked by Ray Wollaston for Boston's. He plays on, looking wide again to that half forward flank in Darren Wilson, who takes the resulting mark. He's around and off quickly, kicks into the man. Walker taps on, over the top of Evans' head. Game by Horn, he handballs widely and over. The throw in on Boston's half forward flank. Haynes in the front spot, taps it forward. In the way is House. His left foot kick goes up to the centre wing spot with Sutherland in the front spot. Takes a safe mark for Boston's on the centre wing. He switches play inboard looking for Michael Miller. He's held without the ball and will receive the kick for holding the man. Spot is deep into the forward area. In the front spot is Joe Haynes, and Haynes has kicked from about 50 metres out, wobbly old flat punt kick, drops short, is touched and through for a point to Boston's. They move on to 1-3, trailing South 6-6. Powers kick out, and once again a long kick to the half-back flank. Through comes Pullen, gains possession, handballs on to Harry Miller. He's tagged, met by Kim Clark. Kim Clark looking wide with a handball to Harry Miller again, who runs through that half-forward line. Handballs on to Karatsavalis, who takes off and kicks deep to the full forward area. A long kick, bounces through, and I don't think it's touched, and that's another goal to Another goal to South by Karatsavalis. They move on to 7-6, leading Boston's 1-3. From the centre bounce. Bounce favours Michael Miller. Gains possession. He's tagged well by Kim Clark. Ball runs free to the half-forward flank, and McLaughlin will receive the free for holding the man. He plays on quickly, looking deep, over the top of the head of Wayne Raleigh and marked by Grant Parrott full back. He switches to the centre wing where Michael Miller's got Michael Fowler's, Williams has got the run of the ball. He's tagged, gets the right boot to it off the ground, kicks it out to the open space. Through comes Freeth for Boston from the half-back line. Handballs on to Ray Wollaston at centre half forward. He picks out Bob Edmonds about 15 metres out. Edmonds' kick is a long drop punt kick right into the teeth of goal, a little offline, through for another point to Boston's. They move to 1-4, trailing South 7-6. From Powers kick out, looking for Rowe, and the free kick will be awarded to the skipper in Ray Wollaston. He picks out Darren Wilson about 50 metres out on a slight angle for Boston's. His kick, a wobbly screw punt, drops into the arms of Clunan in the back pocket. He plays on with the handball to Pullen. Pullen chips the ball on, looking for Rowe. Through comes Ray Wollaston for Boston's. He blazes towards goal, and a great mark taken by Smallacombe over the top. He handballs on quickly to Clunan. Clunan's kick up to the half-forward flank, and good talking then by Wilson, and Haynes finds Wilson get the mark. He plays on quickly, looking for Edmonds. Edmonds about 40 metres out, directly in front of goal for Boston's. Edmonds' kick, long drop punt. Poss Davis says that's a goal, and it is. Edmonds' first goal for the game. Boston's second. They go to 2-4, trailing South 7-6. From the centre bounce, umpire shoots up. The ball favours Haynes. The ball is held to his body, and a bounce will take place again at the centre area in the second quarter of this 1981 grand final. The ball up, favours Haynes again, over comes Pullen, through comes O'Gorman, throws the ball out in front, picked up by Wollaston. The ball is held to him, and another bounce will take place in the centre area. Over the top comes Burgoyne, tap back to Hughes. The ball bounces high, favours Warrior. He feeds the ball on to the fast-running Michael Miller, runs through the half-forward line, loses control, punches the ball on to Ian Walker, smothered off the boot by House, and the ball will dribble over for a throw-in. In the forward pocket, the throw in that forward pocket. Davis taps the ball forward. No Boston players there at all. Stephen Horn gathers, well smothered by Walker, and over the boundary line once again for a throw in that. The throw in tapped out by Smallacombe, and the free kick will be awarded to Michael Miller. Miller from the forward pocket area, about 30 metres out on a pretty tight angle, and that looks good. Poss Davis once again says that's a goal, and that's Michael Miller's first goal for the game, and Boston's third. They move to 3-4, trailing South 7-6. From the centre bounce, the ball is scrambled out wide to the wing. Through comes McLaughlin. Freeth doing the shepherding. McLaughlin can't control it. Paddles the ball along in front. In chips Ray Wollaston, and he is tackled high and will take the free kick from the half-back flank. Looking for leads up forward. Darren Wilson from behind, intercepted by Pullen, picked up by Haynes. Ball kicked forward and paddled over the boundary. The throw in, tapped over by Haynes, tapped forward again by Walker. Punched out by Moose, picked up by Rowe, switches straight across ground, good play, looking for House and finds that player on the half-back flank for South. He steadies it up a bit. South's got running players down the field, decides to go long, looking for Smart. Behind, it's spoilt by Earl. He recovers, a nice handball on to the running Sutherland. One bounce, switches the play inboard, looking for Ernie Warrior. Takes a nice mark, handballs quickly onto Michael Miller. He runs through the ball, kicks directly through it, and a goal to Boston's, and they're starting to come alight. That's Miller's second goal, Boston's fourth. They're 4 goals 4, trailing South 7 goals 6. From the centre bounce, the ball is tapped forward by Haynes, tapped back again by Moose. Through comes McLaughlin, just inside the boundary line, tries to handball it back, but over the line for a throw-in in front. The throw-in, smaller Coleman, Haynes, undecisive tap out, picked up by McLaughlin. The ball is held to the chest and a bounce will take place on the centre wing. Umpire Gomarati. Haynes, indecisive, picked up by Walker. A good handball to Wilson. The left leg right deep into the pocket, looking for Michael Miller, and will receive the resulting free kick for holding the man. Michael Miller about... lines them up. A nice looking kick off the boot. He's kicked his third goals. Boston's fifth. They go to 5 goals 4. Trailing South 7 goals 6. Very big crowd in attendance here today. Beautiful conditions. From the Lacombe. Missed by McLaughlin. Handballed on by Freeth. Picked up by Karatsavalis. Scrubbed forward to the half-forward line. Picked up by Burgoyne. Burgoyne's kicks finds Jamie Loxton at the centre half-forward spot for South. They're leading 7 goals 6 to 5 goals 4. Loxton's kick right into the teeth of goal. Spoilt by Montgomery. Picked up by Harry Miller. Picked up by Smart. Left boot straight across the... South have switched, looks like they have switched Barrett to centre half forward, and the long kick by Montgomery out to the half back flank, and a good mark is taken on that half forward flank by Peter Burgoyne for South. Taking his time, going to kick it deep, wobbles forward. Through comes Sutherland for Boston's. Overruns it, recovers again. The ball is scrapped. The throw up in that forward pocket. Haynes wins the tap out. Over to Wollaston. Wollaston kick finds Barrett. His left foot kick scrubs along the ground, looking for Smart. Smart controls the ball now, runs 30 yards backwards. Switches play now across ground, looking for Karatsavalis, who takes a fine diving mark. Karatsavalis has kicked 1 goal. His kick's a little wide, a little offline. They now move on to 7 goals 8, leading Boston's 5-4. Montgomery's kick out finds Raleigh. Raleigh on to Freeth, and Freeth's left foot kick is a blind kick and goes wide. The kick in taken by Moose towards the half forward line. Haynes in the front spot, comes off his chest and out of bounds. The throw in taken by Burgoyne. Burgoyne's long kick right into the teeth of goal, and it's through for a point to South. They move on to 7 goals 9, leading Boston's 5-4. Montgomery's kick out, looking for Darren Wilson, has found that player right in the back pocket area for Boston's. Wilson's long drop punt to the centre wing. Wollaston contests, comes to ground, picked up by Earl. He's tagged and tackled too high and will take the free kick from the... He plays on quickly with a handball, but it's wild, intercepted by Michael Williams. He finds Loxton. Play on called by the umpire. Loxton's kick comes across ground, met by David Raleigh. Handball to Michael Miller. Over the top again, looking for Peter Hughes. Awkward bounce. Hughes tumbles it forward. Picked up by Rowe. Handball to the centre of the ground. Michael Williams in there. Smaller cone. Through comes Wotherston. Picked up by Michael Miller. He takes one bounce. The left foot kick looking for Wayne Raleigh. Well met. Picked up by Raleigh and recovered quickly, and his kick will find Michael Fowler about 20 metres out on a slight angle. Michael Fowler's kick, he's pushed it away, offline for a point. They go to 5-5, trailing South 7-9. Powers kick out deep to the left flank, met by Ian Walker. Ian Walker looking for Warrior. Warrior will grab the mark in the forward pocket for Boston's. Switches play in, looking for Edmonds. Through comes Kim Clark, punches the ball out. The throw in the pocket area. Boston's Edmonds claims the ball out of the pack, swings on the left boot, hooks back towards the centre of the ground. Missed by all and sundry there. Picked up by Moose, picked up now by Karatzavalis, who switches straight across the ground, and that's out on the full in the forward pocket area for the kick to be taken by Michael Fowler for Boston's, right in that pocket area. Lines them up, and that looks good from here. He's just pulled it slightly for another minor score to Boston's. They move to 5-6, trailing South 7-9. Powers kick out straight down the middle of the ground, a long kick in the front spot, pulling sport by Wotherston. Wotherston back onto his right boot, switches across ground, but in the way is House. House on the half-back flank for South. Elects to go to the wing. Looking for Barrett. Barrett over the top, in front Sutherland. Claims the ball. Is brought to ground, and the ball up will take place on from the bounce up. Haynes and Smallacone. Indecisive knocked out again by Smallacone. Picked up by Wollaston. Handballs back, finds Michael Williams. Scrabble forward. Through comes Montgomery. Beats everyone except Peter Hughes. His handball onto Pake. Handball again to John Montgomery. Looking for Ian Walker on the centre wing spot, and it's out on the... Kick to be taken by Barrett. Switches towards the centre of the ground, looking for Smart. He overruns it. Ball bounces awkwardly for Freeth, but Boston's have got space now. Earl through the half-forward line. Kicks deep, looking for Wayne Raleigh. Leading in the race for it. Gathers the ball in. Taps it on now. Over the top of the ball is Moose, Hayden Davey, Clunan. Davey comes out with it. Plays the ball in front of him. Taps it on to McLaughlin. McLaughlin off the left boot. Magnificent goal. Well done, Hayden Davey. McLaughlin first, Boston 6, they go to 6-6, trailing South 7-9. From the centre bounce, Haynes down to Clark, high in the air, ball tapped out, handballed on by Smallacone. Peter Hughes, the handball out wide. Through comes Harry Miller. Karatzavalis, he's claimed, play on. Karatzavalis back to the back lines now, switches the ball over the head. Peter Hughes in the front spot, over the top Barrett. Hughes, the handball to Raleigh, handball blind. A scrimmage at the centre bounce area, and the free kick will be awarded to South in Lee Clark. And a 15-metre penalty applied. Lee Clark into the centre half forward spot. Through comes Bruce Sutherland for Boston's, and a nice saving mark on that half back line. He switches wide looking for Darren Wilson, finds that player. Steadies the game up. Looking now to the centre of the ground, and Joe Haynes. Haynes over the top. Off hands it comes. Down to Haynes again. He taps it forward. In the front spot, Michael Williams. Miller, handball out. Through comes Freeth. Will steady. Have a look for the lead. Looking for rally, but drops short into the hands of Clunan. Clunan plays on to Horn. The handball on to Moose. Moose looking for Kim Clark. Met by Wilson. The handball back to Williams. Looking for Smart. In front is Tyrrell. Will take the mark on the half forward line for South. Looking for a lead. Tyrrell now about 35 metres out on an angle. Pulls the ball across goal slightly. Barrett from behind in the front spot. Boston's picked up by Montgomery and pushed through for a minor score. They now go on to 7 goals 10, leading Boston 6-6. The kick out from Montgomery finds Pakey. Handballs onto the centre weak. Finds Ian Walker. Ian Walker switches in forward looking for Haynes. He spills what he should have taken. It's tackled early. McLaughlin recovers. Kicks across ground. Harry Miller. Darren Wilson. The left foot kick to the half forward line. Clunan in the front spot takes a good mark on that half back flank for South. Clunan's short kick in to Moose in the centre of the ground. He plays on the left boot, switches towards the centre half forward spot. In the front spot, Smart. Sport by Wotherston, picked up by Burgoyne. Left boot back into the square again where he finds Smart running downfield. Will take them up. Smart from about 35 metres out on a slight angle. Chips directly through the ball, and that looks okay from here. That's Smart's third goal. His third goal. Boston, South's 8th. They go to 8 goals 10, leading Boston 6 goals 6. From the centre bounce, umpire shoots up. Over the top comes Haynes. Through comes Rowe, gains possession. He's met too high by Raleigh, and will get the free. Rowe the kick from centre half back, right up to the half forward line, looking for Pullen. Through comes Sutherland. Scrambled kick goes nowhere. Ball comes to ground. Picked up by Kim Clark. He scrabbles it forward to find Freeth in the way for Boston's on that half back line. He looks wide, looking for David Raleigh. He's got room to move. Takes a mark. Plays on quickly, looking for McLaughlin. McLaughlin will play onto the left boot. Switches the play in, looking for Michael Miller. Over the top, Michael Miller failed to take the mark, but is grabbed around high by Clunan, and will take the free kick. Will take the free kick from about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Michael Miller for Boston's. Lining them up now. Pulls the ball slightly. And through for a minor score, which takes Boston's on to 6 goals 7, trailing South 8-10 late in this second quarter of this grand final. Powers kick out long to the half-back flank. In the front spot is Michael Williams for South, takes a nice mark. He plays on quickly, jabs the ball up in the air to the unattended. Bounce by umpire Schultz, and there goes the siren to end the second quarter of this 1981 grand final. The start of the second half in this 1981 Port Lincoln Football League grand final. From the centre bounce, South go on to 8 goals 11. Leading Boston 6-7. From the kick out, a free has been awarded to Michael Williams on South's half forward flank. He's looking for the leading Barrett in the front spot, spoilt by Montgomery, down to ground, picked up by Michael Earl, onto Hayden Davey. The handball misses Ray Wotherston. Through comes Karatsavalis. Gains possession of the ball, dodges around 2 or 3 players, kicks in to only find Michael Earl for Boston's. He kicks on to Darren Wilson, quickly on to Ian Walker, who's got space to move in through the half-forward line, switches into centre half-forward. Edmonds tapped out by Power. Pulling to meet it. He gains possession, falls to ground. Handball's on, out to Moose. The handball from Moose finds Freeth and into the back. Freeth's kick to the half-forward line, looking for Edmonds. Edmonds gains possession, loses, then gains again. Warrior, the scrimmage developing there. Play on calls the umpire. In possession is South. Handball out, smothered off the boot of McLaughlin, the half-forward flank. McLaughlin from about 55 metres out, looking for Edmonds on the lead, finds that player about 25, 30 metres out. South leading 8-11 to 6-7. Edmonds' kick. Slightly pulled it by the look of that, and minor score resulting. They move on to 6 goals 8, trailing South 8-11. The kick out to be taken by Grant Power, fullback for South. Elects to go to the right hand back flank, looking for Pullen, finds that player. He takes the mark on the half back flank. Steadies the game. Looking for leads upfield. Kicks badly. The kick in taken by Warrior, deep into the forward area. Micah Miller up high, controls the ball, swings onto his left leg. Kicks deep into the full forward area, but no one at home except Pullen for South. Takes the easy mark. Switches across, House on the lead. He's got room to move now. We'll set it up, upfield. Bounces badly for him, but recovers it. Kicks to the half-forward flank. In front, Earl. Through comes Davis. Beats all players. Smart recovers. Handball's on to Michael Williams. Michael Williams recovers back to Smart again. He runs around onto his left leg. Pops it forward without looking and finds Kim Pake. Pate's kick up to the centre wing. Darren Wilson 1-on-3 here in the middle. Ball brought to ground. Lee Clark. The throw in on the half-forward flank. Davis and Pullen down to Pake. Pake the handball to McLaughlin. The left foot kick hurriedly forward. Through comes Horn, met by Davey. The handball over to Walker is good football. He's looking for the lead. Kicks long, over the top, beats all players, and a fine goal by Ian Walker from the half-forward flank. The opening goal for the quarter. Boston's going to 7 goals 8, trailing South 8 goals 11. Only 9 points in this game now. From the centre bounces, forced forwards by South. Picked up by Freeth though, in the way. Recovers the ball again. Handball's out, looking for McLaughlin. McLaughlin over the ball. And another ball up should take place here. Ball up now. Aidy Davey over the top. Through comes David Raleigh. He's caught with the ball, and at the true centre half forward spot, Lee Clark for South will take the kick. He's looking forward for Barrett on the lead, over his head, behind drops Tyrrell, recovers the ball, kicks hurriedly, Burgoyne chips in with a quick thinking, and he boots off the left boot. South's 9th goal, they move to 9 goals 11, leading Boston 7-8. With umpire Schultz at the centre bounce. Tapped down by Pullen to Kim Clark. Kim Clark through the half-forward line now. Barrett, a good mark from behind Montgomery, about 25 metres out directly in front of a goal. Lining them up there now. Follows through with it. That looks good from here. That's Barrett's second goal. South's 10th. They move on to 10 goals 11, leading Boston 7. The centre bounce is Haynes and Pullen. Haynes wins it on to Duncan. Duncan down forward to support from behind by Montgomery. Ball comes to ground. Through comes Lee Clark. Scramble down onto the ground, and a ball up will take place on the half forward line for South. Injured player down there in Bruce Sutherland for Boston's. He's up and about now. The ball up now. Tapped down by Pullen. Picked up by Wollaston. Hurry kick forward to the half-back flank. Finds Moose. Harry Miller to take the kick from about 45 metres out, directly in front. That looks good. The goal umpire says that's good. That's Harry Miller's second goal. South's 11th. They move on to 11-11, leading Boston 7-8. Ball up in the centre, tapped on by Haynes. Wollaston in pursuit. In comes House. And the ball up will take place on the half forward line for Boston's. From the ball up, it's Haynes and Pullen. Indecisive tap out. Ball on the ground, picked up now by Rowe. Handball wide to Moose. Moose through the centre line, through the half forward line now. Over the top comes Raleigh and infringes, and in the back, and the mark and the free will be taken by Duncan. Duncan's kick goes wide and through for a point. They move on now to 11 goals 12 and Boston's 7-8. Montgomery's kick out finds Peter Hughes all on his own. He'll go directly upfield. Looking for worry in that centre half spot. Well done by Moose. He meets the ball now. Through comes Kim Clark. Gains possession. Tackled by Hayden Davey and pinned for holding the ball. Hayden Davey will take the free kick from the centre of the ground. Looking for leads, goes wide to Ray Wollaston on his own. He's got room to move in. The short kick, short pass onto McLaughlin. He spilt what he should have taken. The left boot quickly off. Ball bounces in front of goal. Picked up by Wayne Raleigh. Over the head he goes. Looking for one back into the goal square. But it's tapped through for a point by Smaller Cone for South. And Boston's will now move on to 7 goals 9, trailing South's 11 goal 12. Kick out by Powers, long to the half-back flank area. Picked up by Free, tackled by Miller. The ball scrambles around there, and Ian Walker for Boston's will take the free kick for holding the man. He looks for Wilson on the half-forward flank. In comes Fowler over the top of the lot. Wilson recovers best of all. Picks the ball up quickly as is quickly tackled by Smaller Cone, but gets the ball right into the goal square area. Michael Miller in pursuit of the ball in that forward pocket now. Clunan after him. Swings around. Has the shot from the pocket, but has gone to Power. Power from the back pocket area picks out Smaller Cone. Smaller Cone takes one bounce through the half back line, kicks long towards the centre half forward spot. In front was Tyrrell, picked off hands by Burgoyne. Read it beautifully. Red Smart running down the flank. Smart on his left leg, kicks towards goal, but straight across goal. In front was Barrett, failed to take the mark and through for a point. South move on now to Montgomery's kick out, looking for Freeth, but in front Smart directed the kick straight to him. Smart from about 30 metres out on about a 45, 50 degree angle with this shot. Screw punt off target for a point to South. They now move on to 11 goals 14, leading Boston 7-9 in this third quarter. Montgomery's kick out right to the half-back flank. In front, Haynes. Through comes Wilson. Smart. Over top of it, Ray Wollaston. And a ball up will take place on the half-forward line for South. The ball up. Haynes taps on, recovers the ball, taps it out again. Two South players in Williams and Moose, but by Wotherston to McLaughlin, out to Walker, on to Wilson. Tap back by Pake. Wilson out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin in possession now. Tackled by the ball in front of the grandstand. Haynes up. Tap over. House picks up. Through comes Peter Hughes from the half-back flank to take a nice, safe mark. Looking for Hayden Davey in the centre of the ground. Finds that player. Taking his time. Leads too quick up front. Looking for Edmonds now on the lead. Reads it well. Through comes Freeth. Got control of the boy. Is tackled by Clark from behind. Picked up by Kim Pake. Running through the full forward area. Off the boot by Pake for a goal. His first. Boston's 8. They now move to 8 goals 9. Trailing South 11 goal 14. On the ball up, Haynes and Pullen. Haynes over the top. Karatsavalis comes through to meet. A well tackled by Haynes and holding the ball decision against Karatsavalis, and Haynes will take the free kick from the half. Waiting for Leeds. Looks for Warrior. Warrior spilt what he should have taken there. Ball scrambled around that half forward line. House in control now, held to him, and a ball up will take place on the half forward line. Ball up. Haynes and Pullen. Indecisive tap out, picked up by Pullen. Kicks to the centre wing area. Freeth bounces for Burgoyne. Burgoyne under the left boot, looking for Smart. Through comes Rowe, picked up by Wotherston. Handball on to Hughes. Rowe over it again, picked up by Earl. Falls to ground. And a ball up will take place on the half forward flank for South. The scores at this stage, South 11-14, leading Boston's 8 goal 9. Ball up, tapped out by Haynes, read by Burgoyne, looking for Barrett in the forward pocket, picked up by Rowe, a long handball into that full forward area, tapped away by Montgomery, picked up by Duncan, touched off hands for a point to South. They now move to 11 goal 15, leading Boston's 8 goal 9. Montgomery's kick out, long to the half-back flank. In front, Haynes, spoilt well by Pullen. Picked up by Smart, on to Rowe, and a good kick by Rowe unluckily hit the post for another minor score to South. 11 goal 16, leading Boston's 8 goal 9. Montgomery's kick out to the left half-back flank. He's about 50 metres out, scrubs the kick off the left boot. Forward in the front spot is Boston skipper Ray Wallace, and a long handball to the back pocket to David Raleigh. He switches play across ground to the centre half back spot in Peter Hughes. He moves now to the centre wing looking for Warrior. Warrior in the front spot. Over the top they all come. Pate comes through. Handball out to Warrior. He takes one bounce, sets it up, kicks long looking for Wayne Fowler, Wayne Raleigh from behind. Ball is brought to ground, picked up by Clunan. Back to the half-back flank in front, Pullen sport by Edmonds. Edmonds recovers quickly, has tagged. And Edmonds on the half-forward flank for Boston's. A long screw punt kick right into the teeth of goal. Just going to drop short, and in the front spot is smaller cone for South. He chooses to go to the right half-back flank, looking for Michael Williams, and is awarded the free kick in front of Wilson. He'll take this kick from the half-back flank, directs it towards Smart. Behind is Earl, but a good mark taken by Smart in front there. Two safe hands on it. He directs play in towards the centre of the ground, looking for Harry Miller. Through comes Freeth. Miller recovers best. Handballs on to Kim Clark. He overruns it. picked up by Freeth. The handball is ill-directed. Through comes Michael Miller for Boston's. He directs the handball out towards Stephen McLaughlin on the centre wing. He goes with the left foot, looking for rally at the full forward area, but Power recovers well. Kicks wide, looking for Stephen Horn, the skipper of South, on that half-back. Horn's kick from that half-back flank down towards the half-forward flank, and in the front spot again is Duncan. Stumbles but recovers with the left boot. Off the chest of Peter Hughes, overrun by Michael Earl, picked up by Smart, directs the kick in towards Barrett, and a good mark taken by Barrett in that forward pocket for South. Barrett about 25 metres out on an angle. Umpire runs across a bit. That's offline for a minor score. 11 goals 17 South to Boston 8 goal 9. Michael Earl to kick out, and a long kick right up the centre of the ground. Picked up by Haynes, a nice handball on to Hayden Davey down the centre of the field. The running player is David Raleigh through the half forward line. A handball on to McLaughlin, a handball again on to Edmonds, puts him under pressure. The handball off, smothered by Pullen, recovers quickly. His kick on finds Harry Miller. Miller to the half forward area, behind us Peter Hughes, and will take the saving mark. Hughes wide to the wing, finds Hayden Davey. He plays on quickly with a quick kick on to David Raleigh. Another short quick kick on to McLaughlin. McLaughlin will steady the game up from that half forward flank. Looking for leads, right into the teeth of goal. Looking for Wayne Raleigh. Just got the fingers to... From the ball up, Evans takes possession. Handball's off. Picked up by Rowe. He is deemed to be not in possession and will take the resulting free kick. His kick goes on to Stephen Horn. He directs the ball towards that half-forward flank in half-back flank in Lee. Haynes a tap out. No players there for Boston's. Picked up by Rowe. The handball on finds Clark. Kim Clark to Moose. Moose long into that half-forward area. Michael Fowler in the front spot, pressured by Duncan, and the ball will go over the boundary for a throw-in. From the throw-in, through comes McLaughlin, down to Freeth, picked up by Hayden Davey. He will switch the play back towards the centre of the ground, looking for Warrior. Spoilt by Clunan, a big tap out towards Wilson and Williams. Wilson recovered well. The left foot kicked, it scrubs along the ground, finds Kim Clark. He has held the ball too long. His kick finds Ian Walker on the half-forward flank for Boston's. Walker, Edmonds, off hands, Raleigh, quick kick, and out on the full. Kick in by Clunan, finds no one in particular. Picked up by Williams, scrambles it on but finds Hughes. Hughes looking for Hayden Davey, and a good mark taken on the half-forward line. Plays on quickly, onto Michael Miller, onto David Raleigh. David Raleigh snapshot towards goal. It's pulled wide. Power in control. Hooks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Clark overruns it, Lee Clark. The ball is scrambled out towards that boundary line again, and a ball up will... From the ball up, Michael Fowler over the top comes Pullen, but finds Warrior. Warrior quickly off, looks straight off the boot. That's a goal to Boston's. They now move on to 9 goals 9, trailing South 11 goals 17. From the boundary throw in on the half-forward line for Boston. The ball's tapped back by Haynes, picked up by Karatzavalis. In control now is Walker. The handball on is lost by McLaughlin, picked up by Hayden Davey, running into the open goal, and Boston's 10th goal goes on the board from the boot of Hayden Davey. They move on now to 10 goals 9, trailing South 11 goals 17. From the centre bounce, the ball favours smaller Combe. Picked up by Haynes. Haynes towards centre half forward. Michael Miller in the front spot. Ball cleared, picked up by Horn. Cleared wide to the half-back flank. Harry Miller in possession of the ball now. Runs through that half-back flank. Kicks towards the half-forward area. Out comes David Raleigh. And Kim Clark to take the relay free kick, who finds smaller Combe in the centre half forward spot for South. Smaller Combe looking for leads, looking for Barrett on the lead. Well met by Earl, punches away. Through comes Freeth, over the ball now, loses possession, comes back to Duncan. Duncan fires towards goal, through for a minor score. Touched off hands. They now move, South now move to 11 goals 18, leading Boston's 10 goal 9. Michael Earl to kick out, straight down the centre of the ground. Haynes in the front spot, well tapped over the shoulder, but picked up by Rowe. Rowe off the left boot, right into that forward pocket area. From behind, a fine mark taken by Michael Earl in defence for Boston's. Michael Earl quickly on to McLaughlin. McLaughlin now onto the centre wing, looking for Michael Fowler. Fowler takes a fine mark there. Looking for Edmonds at centre half forward, directs the ball that way. From behind comes Warrior. Over the top comes Edmonds, and a magnificent mark by the veteran of the game. Looking for Miller out on the lead. Finds that player. He switches around, switches the play back again to Edmonds, and finds that player about 45 metres out directly. Edmonds' kick right into the teeth of goal. That looks good from here. And there goes the siren. ...1981 Grand Final, the Port Lincoln Football League. Souths are leading 11 goals 18 to 11 goals 9. They played their game so far today in bursts. They've had 3 or 4 goal bursts, and they played that way all day. It's anyone's game at this stage. Only 9 points separating the sides, and it'll be a matter of who can apply themselves the best at during this last quarter. The approach in the ball has got to be hard, it's got to be fierce, it's got to be first to the drop of the ball, and the team that does that and does it the best in this last quarter will be the 1981 premiers for the Port Lincoln Football League this season. The Boston's coach and Doug McFarling having strong words to his players out there, urging them on, getting them into the game. Likewise, Leo Montgomery for South. Start of the final quarter, and South's immediately into attack. In possession, Tyrrell, the handball on to Smart, running into that forward pocket, off the left boot, and the goal umpire says that's a goal. A quick start by South in this last quarter, and they now move on to 12 goals 18, leading Boston's 11-9. A 15-point advantage now to South, but it's still anyone's game. Watherston from the centre bounce gains possession, picked up by Kim Clark, does it well, kicks deep into that forward area. Over the top comes Michael Earl, out from fullback, and will take a safe mark in that half-back spot for Boston's. He decides to go straight down the ground, looking for Michael Miller. He's in the front spot, picked up by Freeth. A handball wide to Wollaston. He cuts back, switches play to the centre of the ground, ill-directed, straight into the arms of Clark, onto Michael Williams. Michael Williams looking for Erd Tyrrell and finds that player about 40 metres out directly in front of goal. He plays on quickly, looking for Duncan, who dropped down into the empty spot. Duncan from about 25 metres out on the slightest of angles, just pulls the ball a little bit. And a goal off the boot of Duncan is South's second goal in nearly as many minutes. From the centre bounce, Ray Wollaston, the big tap on to Hayden Davey, quickly on the boot, into the full forward spot. Out comes Mortimer. Edmonds scrambled around here, and a ball up will take place in the full forward area for Boston's. South's leading 13-18 to Boston's 11-9. Edmonds, the ball comes to ground. Warrior loses possession, picked up by Rowe. The handball out to Horn. Horn scrubs the kick out towards the centre wing, give the running players a run at it. Michael Fowler, Karatsavalis. Fowler wins out, switches play back towards the centre, well smothered off the boot by possession. Handball on to Burgoyne. Burgoyne looks for Smart and finds that player on the half-forward flank. Smart with a short kick looking for Pullen. Handball back to Smart once again. Smart with the left boot in. In front spot is Kevin Freeth for Boston's. And the full-back area goes wide to the right-hand side. A long kick to the centre wing looking for Michael Fowler. Finds that player too. Steadies the game up. Quickly on now to Montgomery on the half-forward line. Just backwards of the half-forward flank. Plays onto the left boot. Scrubs the kick forward. The handball by Michael Miller to Hayden Davey. A direct kick finds Joe Haynes. Joe Haynes 35 metres out. Pulls the ball across and a minor score to Boston's. They move now to 11-10, trailing South 13-18. The kick out by Powers wide to the right-hand flank. Davis, hands to it, couldn't control it. Tapped out by Warrior, picked up by Wollaston, runs backwards, switches play across to the centre of the ground. Haynes, bounce beats him, picked up by Karatsavalis. Forward, intercepted by Hughes. Scrambles the ball forward onto Ray Wollaston, runs around, switches wide looking for Fowler, spilt what he should have taken, sidesteps now and he's going to be tackled by Williams, and a good tackle by Williams, and holding the ball against Fowler on the half-back line for South. Williams wide to the wing, over the top to Harry Miller. Takes the mark on the true centre wing spot. Miller switches across ground to the other half-forward flank looking for Duncan. In front spot is Bruce Sutherland for Boston's, and a good... Sutherland from the half-back flank looking for Haynes. Spoilt by Moose. Through comes Kim Clark, picked up by Brian Davis. Davis to centre half-forward. Fowler in the seat. Spoilt. Picked up by Ian Walker. Walker wide to Fowler again, and Fowler will take the mark on the half-forward flank about 60 metres out from goal. Normally a very long kicker of the ball. No exception, that's right into the teeth of goals and spoilt by Power to go through for a minor score to Boston's. They trail 11-11 to 13-18 South. The kick out finds Harry Miller. Harry Miller quickly onto the centre wing. Pullen, tap forward onto Michael Williams. Williams around, dummies the handball, switches the play in, looking for Peter Burgoyne Two hands at it but couldn't take it. Pake picked up by Kim Pake. Back down to Lee Clark. Handball on to Erd Tyrrell. Erd Tyrrell goes backwards, switches a play across to Peter Burgoyne, which is intelligent play, and Burgoyne will steady from that half-forward line. Looking for the leading player in Smart. Finds that player about 50 metres out in the half-forward flank spot. Smart switches play towards centre half forward. Through comes Michael Earl. Loses possession of the ball. Picked up by Duncan. Duncan snaps with the left boot. That's straight through the middle. For South's 14 goal, they go on to 14 goals 18, leading Boston's 11-11. From the centre bounce, umpire Gamarati over to Michael Miller. Tags Clark. Miller again kicks quickly forward over the head of Montgomery, picked up by Power, and he goes for the safety of the boundary line, and it is just kept in play by House on that half-back flank. He switches play to the centre of the ground and finds Pullen all on his own. He will just chip over the head and find Smart on the half-forward flank. Smart off the left boot into Burgoyne, who made the spot about 45 metres out. Burgoyne switching towards centre half forward, looking for Smart, and has found that player once again. Smart about 40 metres out, directly in front of goal. Smart has kicked 3 goals so far for the match. Smart's kick just pushes it offline a bit, and a resulting point takes South now on to 14 goals 19, leading Boston's 11-11. Michael Earl's long kick out comes right down onto the centre wing area. Haynes and Smart. Haynes wins out, stumbles, recovers again. The handball over to Warrior, puts him under pressure. He's tripped and will take the free from centre wing, and a 15-metre penalty is applied as well. He's looking for the leading Edmonds. Edmonds in the front spot and a strong pair of... Edmonds from about 60 metres out sends a long screw punt right into the teeth of goal. Just going to be touched on the last line of defence by Clunan, and a minor score results to Boston's. They now go to 11-12, trailing South's 14-18. Powers kick out finds Freeth. Freeth a little chip shot, and over the top comes Michael Miller to take the mark about 30 metres out, directly in front of goals. Miller has kicked 3 goals so far for the match. Directly in front, the umpire moves across to one side, but that's full points for Boston's. They now move on to 12 goals 12, trailing South 14-19. From the centre bounce, ball is tapped down where Kim Clark gains possession onto Michael Williams. Karatsavalis, through comes Freeth, can't control the ball. Kim Clark over it, feeds the ball out to the open spot. Over the ball goes the players again, and a ball up. From the ball up, ball favours Pullen. Through comes Haynes, can't control it. Pullen the handball out to Harry Miller on his own. The handball again over the head to Burgoyne. Pressured by Hughes, but steadies. Slips the ball in, looking for Smart, and Smart spills what he should have taken. Ball comes to ground, picked up by Sutherland. Sutherland, the little chip shot on to Kim Pake on the half-back line, who takes the relieving mark. A long kick right down towards the half-forward line. Over the head into Montgomery's arms. Montgomery will kick deep, looking for Bob Edmonds. Edmonds, a fine grab, about 25 metres out from goal. Virtually... From Edmonds' kick. They needed that goal. Edmonds' second, Boston's... from the centre bounce. South leading 14-19 to Boston 13-12. Karatzavallis in control from that centre bounce. Runs wide. Hughes meets it. Just fails to get to it. Sutherland onto Michael Miller. Michael Miller wide to Walker. 30 yards on his own. Has the quick look. Looking for Hayden Davey right in the goal square, and a well-directed kick by Hayden Davey from about 20 metres out, directly in front of goals. Just jabbed through the ball. Hayden Davey's first goal. Boston's 14th, and this game is still wide open. They trail South 14-12 to 14-19. Only 7 points in it. From the centre bounce, the ball favours Haynes, taps it back towards Wotherston, who will get the resulting free kick for in the back. The skipper of the Boston side, Ray Wotherston, undecided what to do. Finally looked for Warrior, pins that player out. At centre half forward, and a 15-metre penalty is imposed. Warrior will go direct towards goal, and a long towering screw punt kick right into the goal square, almost taken by Davis. The ball comes to ground and the scrambles right in that forward pocket area. Ball up in that area. Wayne Raleigh down to Michael Miller, smothered off the boot. Picked up by Miller again off the left boot. Onto Walker, picked up by House, out to Miller, and through comes Sutherland, tapped on the throw in on the half forward line. Haynes in the front spot, picked up by O'Gorman, onto Karatzavallis. Play on, says the umpire. Handballs are forward, over the ball again, met by Hughes, a nice hip and shoulder. Anyone's game at this stage. Pullen, O'Gorman, Freeth. Freeth controls the ball, runs around on the left boot, handball sets Sutherland up, met by Karatzavallis, and is deemed holding the ball. On the half-forward flank, Karatzavallis down with cramp. Harry Miller to take the kick. He kicks towards centre half-forward. Montgomery Barrett, picked up by Earl, handball out. A long handball by Pake to Hughes. And Michael Fowler has the run in Chip's house, into the arms of Walker. Takes one bounce, two bounces, draws the player, kicks deep into the full forward area, and Wayne Raleigh takes a great mark and is called play on from in front of goals, out to the forward pocket, picked up by Moose. The throw in, Warrior, the left boot, screws it back. Clunan in the back pocket takes a safe mark. Anyone's game this. To me it looks as though Souths are tiring. They run out of a bit of legs. Boston's are coming on strong at this stage. Over the top, Wotherston down on the ground, picked up by Davis. Trying to handball it off. It's held to him, and a bounce up will take place halfway between the foot. From the ball up. Haynes over the top, a long plunge forward. Met by Smaller Combe. Held to him, and a ball up will take place again. Everyone in there trying to get in on the act. 7 points of difference. Haynes and Pullen. Miller. Handball forward. Scrambled on. Picked up by O'Gorman. Play on. Kick out. Well done, Hayden Davey. Kicked off the ground by Michael Williams has a bit of the fumbles, can't control it. Handball out now to Smaller Cone. Smaller Cone, the quick kick on. Through comes Hughes. Through comes Miller, picked up by Wollaston. The handball on. Fowler, but has run out of... From the throw-in. Front spot, Smaller Cone. Picked up by Miller. Knocked out of his hands. Scrambled on Warrior. Warrior off the left boot. And he's put it through. That's Boston's 15th goal. They go to 15-12. They trail South by 2 points, 14-19. Anyone's game at this stage. Anyone's game at all. Ten years of football Boston's have been going. Their second grand final, never won one, 10 years since Souths have. It's anyone's game, 2 points in it from the centre bounce. The ball's handball out to Michael Williams. He drives it forward, right into the tee, the goal, behind Montgomery. Brought to ground, Barrett tapped on out. Through comes Duncan. On his own in the goal square is Tyrrell. Just pops it through for South's 15th goal, 15-19 to 15-12. Souths go to a 7-point lead again. Centre bounce favours Smaller Cone. He taps it backwards. Through comes Miller. Williams. Handball on by Boston's. Picked up by O'Gorman. He's tackled. Handball backwards to Moose. He kicked forward. Picked up by McLaughlin. McLaughlin still running the ball forward. A handball now on to Walker. Walker will pin someone. Drops short. Pulling. Kicks wide. Looking for Burgoyne. Burgoyne controls that ball onto the left foot. Handball's now onto O'Gorman. Back to Burgoyne. Running it through the half-forward line. In the way for Boston's is Kim Pake. Timely mark. Looks across ground for his skipper in Ray Wollaston. Controls the ball. Goes directly down the ground looking for Edmonds. Over the top it comes. Pullen meets the ball. Out wide looking for Moose. Wilson to contest. Moose steadies off the side of the boot slightly. Duncan's in the spot by... From the throw-in, tap back by Smaller Cone. Handball onto Duncan. Duncan pulls it badly, and a minor score results with South now going on to 15 goals 20, leading Boston 15-12. The kick out is nullified. Burgoyne switches the play back in and finds Barrett unattended, about 40 metres out. About 40 metres. Barrett's kick is a true kick. Souths move on to 16 goals 20, leading Boston's 15-12. Boston's need 2 quick goals to get themselves back into this game. From the hit out, won by Smaller Cone. Pake over the ball, will get the free kick for in the back. From the half-back flank. Kim Pake kicks towards Warrior, but he infringes, and in the back of Kim Clark for South. Kim Clark up to the half-forward line. Over the top, a nice, magnificent mark taken by Harry Miller on the half-forward flank. He's gone with cramp. O'Gorman to take the kick. O'Gorman towards centre half forward. Over the top of everyone. Through comes Ray Wollaston on the left boot. Looking for a lead, and he's got it in Wilson. Well sport by forward. Wilson. Handball again. Moose. Moose scrambles to kick off the left boot. Through comes Tyrrell. Tyrrell straight up ground, but in the way is Michael Earl. Back on the ball, brought forward, where Haynes has taken a fine mark on the half-forward flank. He'll go deep. Pulls the ball. And it's out. Get on with the game, Miller in the forward pocket, off the left boot, touched off the boot, and a minus score to Boston's. They move now to 15-13, trailing South 16 goals 20. Harry Miller slowing the game up. They've got time on their side. Switches wide to Pullen. Takes the mark on that half-back flank. They will slow it up. Time's running out on Boston's at this stage. Pullen goes wide to the wing. Just playing a possession game, South at this stage. In comes Tyrrell, controls the ball, handball backwards. Throw in on the centre wing, far side. Wayne Raleigh down to O'Gorman. Left foot kick forward. Peter Hughes in the front spot. Spoilt by House, picked up by Wotherston, kicked forward. In the way is Pullen. Obeys all players. Hayden Davey overtold the ball. And a ball up will take place on the half-forward line for Boston's. Time slowly running out now on Boston's. They've got to get 3 goals to win this game. Pullen. O'Gorman down to Pullen again, and a ball up. O'Gorman through, taps it on, picked up by David Raleigh. Warrior onto the left boot, kicks wide looking for McLaughlin. McLaughlin and Moose. Moose holding position well. Through comes Clunan, backed his teammate up well. Kicks wide, out on the full, and the free kick will be taken. Sutherland kicks into the man. Loxton switched straight across ground, looking for Williams. In comes Hughes, kicks deep looking for Haynes. Over the top of everyone. Ian Walker, the handball on unsalvaged football to Wilson, and a goal to Wilson right on the goal line. Takes Boston's on to 16 goals 13, trailing South 16 goal 20. 7 points in this game. Is there enough time for Boston's to get up and win it? From the centre bounce, Davis and Smallacombe. Davis back to Wotherston. Punched on by Smallacombe, punched on again by O'Gorman. Overrun by Earl. On it is Hughes. Ball comes to ground, and the ball up will eventuate on the half-forward centre half South. The ball up, Smallacombe. Duncan on the left boot, hooks back, and there's the siren. The siren. The final result. Lincoln South, the 1981 premiers for the Port Lincoln Football League, winning this game 16 goals 20, 116 points to Boston 16 goals 13. They've waited 10 years to do it. They've deserved to win it on today's effort. They've been the best side all year, and they played the better football for the day and deserve to be the 1981 premiers of the Port Lincoln Football League.
Well, it was a great game, a great day for Lincoln South. It's been 9 years since they were even in a grand final, and to come off and take it like that, it was a tremendous effort. Also to Boston's, I'd like to congratulate them. A fine game. They took it right up to us all day, and with just probably our last few legs in the last few minutes that got us out of it. The problems we had during the game, well, we hit the front early, they fought back, and we just had enough legs to keep that bit in front all day. I think that's where we won it.
Well, congratulations, Stephen, on your fine win today, and well led by yourself as skipper of the side. It's obviously a great thrill for you, and I know I've played in a couple with you, but the first time you've led the side, your feelings on leading a premiership side?
Well, sort of hasn't sunk in yet, I don't think. Probably will later on tonight, but it's just fantastic. Can't describe it. It's really fantastic. Bad luck to the Boston boys. They could have just as easily won it, but that's the way it goes, you know.
It was anyone's game there in that last quarter particularly, and it was probably a little bit more fitness and maybe a little bit more experience in those last few minutes that may have won that game for you.
And a little bit of luck, I think, Gary. For sure, yeah.
Fair enough, Stephen.